Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I've posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. The goal of my YouTube channel is to introduce you to my fast cooking system. The reason the fast cooking system is useful is that by having a system, you will be able to cook on a regular basis because you will know exactly what to do, and that will reduce decision fatigue. Recently, I posted a video to use a wok to cook chicken cacciatoria. Now, chicken cacciatoria is an Italian dish, and for this dish, I use penne pasta as the carbohydrate. Now, penne pasta is an interesting pasta. It has a center hole, and it also has groove along it. And penne pasta tends to be relatively thick. And one of the most significant aspects of the penne pasta is that it will allow it to pick up sauces readily. So it is a great pasta if you want to have the sauce to be part of the carbohydrate. I use my Cucina 14-inch stainless steel wok to boil 1 pound of penne pasta. It is a good way for advanced prepping. Basically, by prepping in advance, you can have the pasta ready anytime. So in this case, I use about 1/3 of it, and I have another 2/3, which I'm going to use today for an entirely different dish. I'm going to use some pork. I first coat the pork with some cornstarch. This will absorb the moisture from the pork. And then I coat the pork with my basic seasoning mix. This will provide umami flavor to the dish. And then I add a small amount of sugar. Together, this method is known as dry marinating. It will absorb the moisture from the pork as well as will provide a great flavor. And this particular cut of pork is actually from a cut known as pork butt. And I use the pork butt for different type of cooking. And for this particular portion, stir frying is great. Now the first step is that I'm going to stir fry the pork in my wok, the same wok that I use to boil the penne pasta. It makes far more efficient. I'm going to season the wok, use my spot seasoning method. And the method is very simple. Basically, I heat up the wok until the oil to start smoke gently. I let it to smoke about 15 seconds, and this is the time when the wok is being seasoned. Now, and then I add the pork to the surface of the wok. Now this wok has a large flat surface area which allow me to use it like a small frying pan. I'm going to spread out the pork, and I use a splatter guard and I put over the wok. This will prevent the splattering onto the surface of the counter as well as on the stove and make cleaning much easier later on. I'm going to fry the pork on one side for about 60 seconds. And you turn it over, you notice that it has undergone some charring. And this will give the pork great flavor. It gives it a nice smoky flavor. It's almost like tastes like grill. This is a great advantage using this method. And next is that I'm going to add a sauce that I make up earlier. This is kind of like a teriyaki sauce. I actually make it up to make char siu. And after finish making the char siu, I have some extra left at the bottom of the pan, and I saved it together with some additional sauce that I do not use. So you can imagine this is like a pre-made sauce. Now as you notice that as I stir fry, the sauce starts to concentrate and it aggregate onto the surface of the pork. And this will give the pork wonderful flavor. And this takes about a couple minutes to cook it. And because I want to maintain that distinct flavor and texture of the pork, I'm going to set them aside and combine them later after I cook the vegetables. Now again, this is a basic template. I use it for cooking many different types of protein pretty much the same way. However, you do make a little bit adjustment depending on the type of protein, how long you want to cook them. The next is that I'm going to cook the vegetables. I'm going to use the wok, and I use the sauce already at the bottom of the wok because this will add flavor to the vegetables as well. And here I use a cauliflower, which is frequently known as Asian cauliflower or Chinese cauliflower. And then I also add some baby bok choy. Now this is the advantage of advanced prepping. Because of advanced prepping, I have these ingredients already available. So I don't need to prep them. All I need to do is to find them in the refrigerator and get them out, and I'm ready to cook. And this is followed by adding some carrot. Now you notice that I am adding the different proportions to the wok, and different vegetables have different purpose. And in this case, I want the cauliflower and the bok choy to be the main ingredients of this particular dish. So the carrot is served as a supplementary ingredient. And next, I add some water to the wok. The reason I add the water, one is that I want to use the water by adding a small amount to the surface of the wok and turn it into steam, and it's a way to clean the wok. And I call this method spot cleaning. You clean it right on the spot. And this method will allow you to remove this burnt material and make cleaning much easier later on. And the second important advantage is that by using this method, I'm able to reclaim some of the flavor that are burned to the bottom surface of the wok. And this actually will add smoke flavor to the dish because they have been under slight burning and charring. I also add some additional water because I want to have enough water to make a sauce so that they will be absorbed by the penne pasta. And this spot cleaning method is extremely useful. No matter what wok that you use, particularly when it comes to stainless wok, that you want to keep the wok clean and spotted all the time. And to clean it spotless, the important thing is that to clean off whatever that might burn or stain, and this will be well cleaned by using this method. And next, I'm going to season the vegetable with a small amount of oyster sauce. For me, seasoning the dish has to be intuitive. I season the dish according to what I think the flavor will be like. And each time when I season it, I gain some experience of how different ingredients will interact with the seasoning agent. In this particular case, oyster sauce. Oyster sauce turned out to be really one of the most versatile sauce that you can use. And in Chinese cooking, balance is very important. You do not want any ingredients to overwhelm because you want all the ingredients have a clear representation to provide you the flavor profile that you're looking for. So next, I'm going to add some penne pasta. After I start using the penne pasta for the chicken cacciatore, I really like it. So I'm very interested to see how it will turn out. Now, Italian pasta is very different from Chinese noodles because Italian pasta have many different form and shape, which provide very sophisticated interaction with the food ingredients, particularly in terms of sauces. And the penne pasta is well known for its ability to absorb sauces. And then last but not the least, I'm going to add some asparagus. Now, one thing about the stir frying is that you can add many different ingredients to the same wok. Because in stir frying, you're constantly adjusting the cooking temperature, you're adjusting the different type of ingredients that you cook in it. And for ingredients that you want to cook lightly, you add them toward the end. Asparagus is one of those ingredients. You only need to cook it very lightly to give it the best texture that you would like. Okay, the last ingredients I'm going to add is some colored bell pepper. I happen to have some yellow colored bell pepper. Now, eating vegetables is far more fun by creating vegetable medley, because vegetable medley allow you to have many different contrasting flavor and texture contributed by different kind of vegetables. Now, in the beginning, when I first start to stir frying, as in Moses' case, even in the Chinese stir frying, the vegetable normally used is only very limited, 1 to 2 kinds. But I discovered that the more you can include the vegetables, the better the flavor will be. Now, of course, you need to create a balance. Certain vegetables just doesn't go well together. But most vegetables tend to go well really with each other. Like in this particular dish, the cauliflower and the bok choy go extremely well. And it turned out that the asparagus also added to the flavor of the dish. A carrot is always good. Anytime when you have carrots in there, it enhances the sweetness of the dish. Now, the last step is that to layer the teriyaki pork right on top of the vegetables. Now, the teriyaki pork is going to have a very distinct flavor. In fact, the part that has been charred will give very nice flavor. And the last step is that I'm going to add some cherry tomatoes. I'm going to add them raw, uncooked, because that actually will give them great flavor. Again, the best type of dish is to create contrasting flavor in different ingredients. You will find that more interesting. I think you already know that when you eat a salad is more interesting if you have croutons, you have raisins, you have different type of lettuce. All of this make the salad more interesting. And this is exactly the same way when it comes to a stir-fried dish. So you can see that at the last I add some scallions. And the scallions will provide a crisp as well as an onion-like flavor, but it's unfiltered, it's not cooked. So they are more distinctive and provide a more interesting texture. This dish turned out really nice, and I really enjoy the penne pasta. It absorbs the sauce very well. It have a teriyaki flavor, which obviously is not something that normally you would find when you associate it with a Italian dish. And this is the reason that there's really no limit between different types of cuisine. Ingredients are ingredients. You can adjust them to match the different type of flavor texture of a dish. The more you can do this, the more fun you're going to have in your home cooking because it will give you greater flexibility as well as versatility. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system. If you'd like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.